Good morning. It is Sunday, June 12th. I slept like a rock. Apparently, running 3 quests of Hero Quest is exhausting because I laid in bed and I was just out. But I did manage to get up this morning so that I can start my day by heading to church.
1 Corinthians 12:12, it says this, and Paul is using the body as a description of family. Just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body.
Yeah.
And so it is with Christ. Verse 27, same chapter. Now you are the body of Christ, and each one of you is a part of it. It's not that the head is everything. How weird would that, how weird would it be if a head walked in, rolled in here this morning. Or an eyeball rolled in. What are you doing isolated? That's not right. It's weird. It's scary. Freak show.
And Tom's message was on family and even beyond that, church family. Just sort of the community of believers and how, like normal family, it can be a bit of a messy situation. Seeing plenty of examples from the church in Corinth. After church, I stopped by and got some Chipotle. So I will have a delicious burrito. And I have about 35 minutes to eat and get things pulled together for D&D with buddies. Still gotta turn on the laptop and stuff, but I already got the table moved, the books pulled out. Most stuff is ready. It's just, so yeah, not too much time pressure this week. All right. So, my buddies have now left. It's late, but not too late. We ended up with an hour delay at the start, as before we were able to even get started gaming. They had questions, but we didn't have delays between the sessions or afterwards, so we were able to just sort of pick up and carry on. So it's still light out at least. It's not even 8. So, but yeah, fun D&D with my buddies. Chaos, but that game involves a lot of chaos. So it's fun. Otherwise, I today got some mail. Level Up Advanced 5th Edition Adventures Guide. Oh, those are thick books. Monstrous Menagerie. Trials and Treasures. As well as I think this is a little adventure or something. Yeah. That packaging is well dented in the corners, but I think it's still fine. These are hefty books. Whatever. The EN World is a great source of role-playing game related news. Has a publishing branch, EN Publishing, and they did a series of books through Kickstarter of basically being like, yeah, 5th edition's nice and all, but what if we add in a lot of the crunch that was taken out of the system by making it streamlined? And I'm like, yeah, let's check it out. So I picked that up. I don't know if I'll ever play it or what, but picked it up, got the physical versions. Interesting to at least look at concepts and ideas. Yeah. I'll flip through those a bit. This is such a big book. It's well laid out. I will at least give them that for being definitely not quite the level of art as main book, but bigger. I'm doing classes at 300 pages. So at the point where I would normally be finished with the player's handbook, I'm still in the class section. We got equipment. Multi-classing, feats, ability scores, adventuring, combat maneuvers, spells. Which, here's one. One of the first things I saw on this that made me think, oh, this is interesting, is some spells, say Circle of Death, here, normal, their version of the spell, have alternate versions. I was like, that's really cool. Like a special version, like finding a spell book, even if you have the spell. Now you can find a spell book that has some altered version of the spell. So they have it for a number of things, so I thought that was cool. And that's not even looking at other books. Monsters. Trials and Treasure. Might have some interesting ways to reward players in this one. Man. So that's even just going through real quick and just seeing some things, and I'm like, even if I don't play the game, there might be some things that I can pull from it. Some ideas. And I made penne Alfredo, which I have actually never made before. I've made spaghetti Alfredo, and I've made fettuccine Alfredo. I make rotini Alfredo all the freaking time. But I've never made penne Alfredo. It's probably going to be very similar to the others, because otherwise it's just a different shaped noodle, and it's the exact same recipe. But you know what? It's probably going to be good then, right? Because I like it on the others. And I would say the penne Alfredo was alright. Better than spaghetti Alfredo. Not quite as good as fettuccine Alfredo, and certainly not as good as rotini Alfredo, so oh well, tried something new. Otherwise, I'm laying down, and I flipped through the book really quick just to see like headers, chapter titles, those kind of things, and get a general feel for it. And while I've had the book in PDF for months, and I looked through it a bit, but my brain doesn't connect to books digitally like it does physically. Physical book helps. So I'm just looking through like the character creation section. I don't know. It is possible that I'll end up deciding to move to this for whenever I run another game, or at least maybe pull some things from it. I of course would still have to modify it because, looking at the character sheet here in the back, I mean, sure, they got lots of extra stuff on it, but no luck stat. What's with that, right? They don't have the thing that I use in my home games. But yeah, so I'm looking through this, and I don't know, I got 20 minutes and I'll be going to bed. So I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues. Bye.